know. Niggas know how I'm bumming, nigga. Yeah. Fuck what a nigga say, I feel like Dre. Man, the game is thick. Suckers wanna play and load my K until that bitch click. Big stick, hanging out the bottom of my 4-5. No lie, if I whip it out, somebody gon' die. Only time you hard is on the gram when you go live. Flexing with a tube but never blam, I'ma blow mine. Won't show mine until it's go time. Nah, you can't hold mine. Yeah, I got the whole mine, I'm on the goal line. And I'm going for 6, watch me up the scope. Caught him at the stove, he was with his hoe. Had to let him know, that's your ass, you don't get it past. You reap what you sow. Why you speaking low? Speak up. Boy, you been a hoe. Boy, you been a bitch. Get off dick. Tryna steal my drip. Look up in the air. You see me, I'm fast bird shit. Never on no nerd shit. Why you on that lame shit? You don't want no smoke. You get smoke with who you hang with. You know what I'm saying? Lame ass niggas told me about they was some gang shit. You was a bitch, nigga. Matter of fact, nigga, you was a hoe. Nah, you ain't no hoe cause hoes get dope. Man, you pussy ass a cat.
We fucking live, my niggas.
Tell him free to act. Tell him free to rat. You know he told. How you sleep?
Heart2Start Fantasy Podcast, man. Back at y'all on this good Sunday, right? I had a long weekend, man. I think it's Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Sunday, y'all. We excuse me. Tonight we bringing y'all a continued version of our running backs. We doing the StreamYard for basically 7 through 10, and we have pre-recorded 5 through 8. So we'll post that up for y'all. Y'all be able to check that out. We got Workz in the building.
Yo, on the StreamYard, man. You know, we going digital on them one time, man. Let's get this 7 through 10 going, man.
Hey, if y'all don't know about this Sacramento heat, man, the studio, you know, we working on the AC. Y'all see JD over there. He working the heat, though. So, you know, we had to take a little, you know, it's 105 in Sac. We had to go digital, man. Guccinni, what's happening?
What it do, y'all? We're getting closer and closer, man. Tomorrow to start a training camp. We already had 2 teams report. You know, the Cowboys and them Steelers, man. You know, the motherfucking Hall of Fame game here within the next week and a half, 2 weeks. You know, another thing is shout out to all the motherfucking community members that's going to be at the motherfucking Canton for the fantasy football convention, man. The boys from here from Heart2Start wish we could be there, but we ain't going to be there. Hopefully next year we going to pull up and meet everybody that we connected with, you know what I mean? Because we connected coast to coast from up top to down south, bro. On my mama, we are tapped in, man, and we hope you motherfuckers have a good time out there, bro. 100%, man. Everything.
Right. We are tapped in everywhere, man, from here to Spain. Yeah, you know what I like to say is the earth is my turf, man. 101 world is the highway I like to drive on. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we doing it, man. Man, JD, what wrapping up these real quick, wrapping up these dynasty leagues, man. I know we talked about training camp just start. Actually, not even wrapping up the dynasty. Let's talk about, before we get into the rest of the ranking, let's talk about the biggest news that everybody that talked about already. Cam Akers, Achilles. Ooh, did y'all have him in y'all top 15, top 20? Obviously, you had him in the top 20, but where'd y'all have him in top 15?
Well, he was going to be somewhere in that next grouping because I wasn't sold on him 100%.
Right.
I mean, the system and the offense that he has around him, it was going to provide a lot of opportunity for him to finish as a top 5 back. And, you know, the way that he ended the 2020 season, the hype was real for him coming into this season, but I just wasn't sold on it, you know. And we got before we did the Ashy the Classy Dynasty League, you know, shout out to the Heart2Start Dynasty League, my boy BJ. You know, I was on him, and I wasn't just trolling him just based on that, you know, how we do, but I just wasn't feeling Akers, and he's an Acre. He has shares of Akers, and well, he has a share of him in that league, and I was on him months ago. Like, bruh's a limit. You know what I mean? I don't see him as the hype train was going in his favor as a top 5 back, overall back, ending the 2021 season. I didn't see it, dog, 100%. But he was going to be in my top 15 for sure, 100%.
I like Akers. It was just going to be, where is the value going to be? Like, I wasn't picking him in the first and second round. You know, a few years ago, the year after Mixon was a rookie, I think I got him in like the 3rd or 4th round. That's good value to me because it's a running back 1. that you're not spending that high draft capital. There's so many players in the first 2 rounds. I can't pass up. But shout out to the boy Akers, man. I hope you get better, man. Them Achilles injuries, man, that's a whole different beast, man, especially for running backs. You know, they got new medicine now, but, you know, I hope the young black man, you know, gets better and is able to, you know, get right, man.
That boy wasn't falling in the third round, though. He was going a lot in first round in first rounds, and the people a lot of first rounds, 100%, bro.
And that's because of potential. That's because of the potential 100%. Was there. And that's it. But see, no, the potential don't matter if you're not available, man. And I mean, he wasn't available all 16 last year. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I probably would have had him in my top 15 based off of that P word, man. That potential that only take you so far. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I wish him well too, man. Achilles is that's a huge injury to have to come back on, man. But he's young enough, so I mean, he got the time. So we'll see what he do, man. Good luck with that.
We gonna see, man. Well, look, y'all, just a brief run through, right? Like I said, y'all be able to see the first full episode. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be able to see on the ticker at the bottom who are top 5 to 10 running backs, 6 to 10 running backs are. But I'm just going to jump it off because right now we're at number 8, and I'm going to kick mine off because none of you guys, you know, shout out to Wax. He couldn't make it tonight, but none of y'all 3 had Najee Harris in y'all top 10. I got him right there at number 8. I got to, man. I'm high on Najee, you know what I'm saying? And it's really more sort of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You talk about potential and opportunity in this situation. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers, yeah, their line isn't good. You know, we're used to seeing those studs that they have. They had in the past years, but it's kind of like the Cowboys line. Like those old good vets are gone. It's time for the new dudes to come up. So we really don't know. We can go off what we seen last year, but having a running back like this, like Connor, you know, we seen with his. You know what I'm saying? He reached his peak, right? Banged up, couldn't, like you said, the best ability is availability. You know, I look for Najee to have a big year this year, not only because of the type of runner he is, you know what I'm saying, out of that Bay Area, Antioch or somewhere around there, right? I think he might be from Frisco, actually, but he you know, he played out that way, but just that potential of being on the Steelers, like the Steelers haven't drafted a running back in the first round in forever. For them to do that, being an organization that sticks to their guns, that's something. You know what I'm saying? You got Big Ben back with a little healthier elbow. You know, he still looks like he's a little chubby, but Big Ben always been chubby. You know what I'm saying? That's Najee. I see about 3 to 4 catches a game. And, man, the Scott top 10 to me. What y'all think? I know y'all ain't feeling that one.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I think out of the rookie running backs, Najee has the best situation and potential to pop. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to be relying on Big Ben. You know, he may be throwing the ball 25 times a game. They're going to go back to the original way that it was with the Steelers when Big Ben came in. They got a hog now, so run that boy 25 times a game. You know what I'm saying? Play action off of that. I would think that should be their key to success. And like you said, he's good catching the ball out the backfield. So I mean, I'm you know, honestly, sky's the limit for that young man, and he has top 10. He has top 10 talent. Let's say that. I can see that top 10 talent is there. We'll see how they put it together.
What you think, JD?
No, I'm definitely feeling it. I mean, you know, opportunity is king. You know what I mean? Volume is king in fantasy football. You know, if you get an opportunity and you getting the touches, you know, that's half of what we need to see from you. The rest is, you know, turning your opportunity, turning your touches, turning your receptions into, you know, yardage and touchdowns, 100%. And with nobody behind him, we seen when James Conner went down last year, the fellas that was behind him, you know, Benny Snell, Jalen Samuels. This one other running back that they had. I can't even think of the boy name. Anthony McFarland, without a doubt. You know what I mean? We seen that, you know, they had all the opportunity in the world when Conner went down and couldn't nobody go snatch the starting role. You know what I mean? It was a musical chairs back there, 100%. So the draft capital alone with the running backs that's already on the team besides Najee. You know what I mean? First round running back. He got to get the touches. He's gonna get them. And you had motherfucking Big Ben one game throw for 40 plus times. You can't have him do that 100%. And then I seen something where you know how Big Ben, he used to love to extend plays and shrug off defenders and extend plays and shit like that. Last year he was getting rid of the ball in under 3 seconds. That's not his game. You know what I mean? Especially with him, it felt like his arm was going a little limpy. Towards after because they started 11-0 and then they just went downhill. Teams started keying in on you can't run the ball, so we gonna make sure that we shut down everything across the board. 100%, you know what I mean? So they definitely got to get balanced. So the opportunity is there for him right off the rip from week 1. Shit, even during the preseason, we might see a little bit of him from preseason action and show what he can do, bruh. I mean, the dude is a beast. He like 6'1", 240, 230, and he got receiving capability. That's the thing. He not no little guy back there. You know what I mean? He good on his feet, and them hands is what it is, bruh. 100%, bruh. Especially if Big Ben want to get rid of the ball that fast, there go his opportunity on, like you said, 2 to 3 catches a game. That's big. That's big right there.
I want to touch
100%.
on something. Wood. Shout out to Wood in the comments. Najee Harris and Taylor would not have a better season than Eckler. Well, let me say this: the year that Connor took off, his second year, he was the number 7 running back. James Conner, out of nowhere. The number 7 running back in PPR, 12 touchdowns. He didn't even have 1,000 yards, and he was the number 7 running back. 973 yards, 71 targets, 55 catches. He had 497 receiving yards. If James Conner can do it, the boy Najee Harris can do it, man, for real. And you could say the line was different, but I could say, look. I'm going with Najee in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm going to draft him, I don't know. I've been doing mock drafts, and he's been going in the second round. I think the only way I take him in the second round is if I got an early first-round pick and the wraparound come and I can get him and one of like 5 receivers that I like. But it's a lot of receivers that I don't think I would pass up to get Najee, that are going in that second round, you know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about receivers on the next one for sure. But that's where I'm at with Najee for sure. What who y'all had at let's see. Who y'all had at number 8? I'm looking at Workz. You had Aaron Jones. We talked about Aaron Jones. They're gonna be able to see that one. JD, you had Jonathan Taylor.
JT the bigger figure.
And I got JT at number 9, but we talked so much about him in the episode that everybody's going to be seeing. We'll just jump to 9 right now. Workz, who your 9th running back?
My 9th running back is Antonio Gibson. And man, he's young. He's still real raw, and I think that's what I like is the fact that he's young and raw, Now, I know he has that little toe issue. Let's hope it's just a little toe issue, and he's young enough to overcome that and get right. But he's another one of those young runners that really have all the measurables, all the talent is there, has everything that you want a running back to be able to do. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if he can stay healthy, I see him. I mean, to me, he's first round talent running back if he can stay healthy. And that's just a fact because you're gonna get the receiving yards that you're looking for out of that running back. You're gonna get the yards on the ground, and man, I mean he's one of the top tier complete backs in the league.
Yeah. No, I ain't mad at that, brother. 170 touches. I think he had 700 yards, but the thing was he had 11 TDs. You know what I mean? And they had the boy Peyton Barber in front of him at the beginning of the season, you know what I mean? And then when the musical chairs, the quarterback and for the football team went around, J.D. McKissick and Logan Thomas, was getting a lot of them them short looks from them quarterbacks after Dwayne when, got to doing whatever he did, you know what I mean? But, as a former wide receiver in college, as the boy Gibson was, and like you said, him still being raw at the position, him still learning how to play the position of as a full-time running back, you know what I mean? But him showing that he can play the position, that's the like you said, that fucking P word. But the P word is real for him, you know what I mean? The only thing, like you said, is that toe. Now, if he would have went and had the surgery like Mahomes did, not to say that the injury was the severity was the same or whatnot, you know what I mean? Mahomes, he went and had that shit ASAP. We don't hear nothing about his toe right now. We seen the last game of the motherfucking NFL schedule was that Super Bowl, and we seen him limpy ones when he go down in against Cleveland. Cleveland looked like they had a shot to beat him. But, that toe was a big factor, especially at running back. You know what I mean? We seen Deion had that motherfucking turf toe and then, pictures of that shit. You know what I mean?
AJ
That shit
Green.
AJ Green.
Julio too.
On my mama. Julio too on my mama. That shit ain't nothing to play with. So hopefully, but I mean, because I got a share of Gibson in one of our dynasty leagues, you know what I mean? And at first since June when mini camps and shit popped off, he had that QUES, you know what I mean? Now it ain't saying nothing, you know what I mean? He's ready to go. It's just, is he going to hold up them 17 games, 18 games, 18 game, schedule, 17 weeks of games, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm definitely high on Gibson. I'm rocking with him as your ninth overall running back. I ain't got him in my top 10, but you know what I mean? He could easily be there 100%, you know what I mean?
If I had to have him replace somebody in my top 10, it would probably be Aaron Jones. You know what I'm saying? I like Gibson a lot. I got him in 2 dynasty leagues. I love the fact that he was a receiver in high school and how he's, like they say, he's maturing as a runner. And he had a 4.6 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? 36 catches, only played 14 games, was the 13th running back. And the thing I like about Gibson the most is that Washington's defense is nasty, right? So their success is going to be on running the ball. And it's 2 options over there, if you ask me. McLaurin and Gibson. Their offensive success is relied upon with them, not Fitzmagic. You know what I'm saying? It's them. It's Gibson taking the pressure off Fitzmagic, and it's McLaurin when it's time to pass that ball. You know what I'm saying? They got some little young cats over there. They brought Curtis Samuel over there. I like that move for him. You know what I'm saying? Reuniting with Ron Rivera. So I like what Washington is up and coming doing. I could definitely see, my top 10 with running backs, I feel like it's like how I got Taylor in there. I wouldn't pick Taylor in the first round or 2, probably not even the second round. To be honest, I like his potential a lot, but there's so many players that I'd rather have over him, like a Justin Jefferson, a DK Metcalf, that I can't see myself taking Taylor over them. And that's kind of where they're going. So I say that to say with my top 10 running backs, it's a top 10 that I think where they're going to finish, but it's kind of interchangeable within the top 15 down there for me because the running back talent is nice this year. I like the running back this year.
I think what the issue is with Taylor is his game is ugly. You know what I mean? He has that ugly game. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really pop at. He doesn't really pop at you. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why you evaluate it.
He come out of Wisconsin. Right. They was all all big boy football out there though.
Put your foot in the dirt and get downhill, man.
Hey, I'm just looking at the comments. I don't know if you still in here, Plug, but shout out to you, doggy, on my mama. I just pulled it up, man. What's up with you, doggy? 100%. That's my bro right there, man. Plug been rocking with us since day one, dog. 100%. That's my guy right there. But what we said, we was on 9.
Yeah, y'all 9.
AJ, Aaron Jones, 100%, dog. Even if Aaron Rodgers decides to hang his cleats up, Aaron Jones has been consistent for the last 2 years, and I know that Aaron Rodgers has been his quarterback for the last 2 years, but you can't knock what that boy has done. You know what I mean? 100%. He's gonna get 22 TDs, or last year. Even though it was 7, it still was a great finish for him, big bruh. It wasn't like how it was in 2019. But Aaron Jones, bruh, He getting goal line touches with 8 of them, which was 14th in the league. You don't look at him as a goal line back, but yet, they giving it to him on the goal line. His red zone touches was 44th, which was 12th in the league. So from the 20 and beyond to that green zone, bro, he getting looks, bro. And, that's what help your running backs win you your games is by them scoring. So he's getting the opportunity to get the opportunity to go ahead and score, bro. On my mama, man. And the boy had 62 targets. That was 9th in the league, bro. He going to get the looks, and especially if AR-12 gone, Jordan Love is going to be either the boy Devontae, a.k.a. Rogue, out of EPA, or I don't know if he out of Eastern Palo Alto, but he's somewhere from Palo Alto, 100%. Shout out to my cousin, man, Mac Meek. She's an EPA homer, born and raised in the soil, you know what I mean? But that's state 2. 1 and 2 offensive weapons, 100%, and they gonna get the looks whether it's Love there or if they go get Jimmy. I heard they might go get Jimmy. You know what I mean? That's just throwing up in the air. You know what I mean? But if AR-12 do sit it down, they gonna go make a move. But Aaron Jones' role is not gonna diminish, 100%. So that's why I got him at 9.
Well, come get him in the league. I just traded for him, man.
I just drafted him. Shout out to my dog, Sweetness. Bears bruising and bro in his motherfucking super flex dynasty league. I just took him, man. My 3 running backs, I got Jonathan Taylor, took him as my first pick, double back with Trey Lance. Then I went and got Josh Jacobs, and then I went and got Aaron Jones. That's my 3-headed monster at my running backs.
Damn, you picked Jacobs before Aaron Jones? Youth-wise, this dynasty.
Nah, well, I don't know, bro. But I know that's my 3-headed monster is Jonathan Taylor, Aaron Jones, and Josh Jacobs with my boy Trey Lance, motherfucking Kyle Pitts. I went all young in A-League, 100%. We just did a slow draft. The shit just ended today, bro.
Shout out to MJD, man. He just traded me, man. I sent him Devontae Adams, Robbie Anderson, and Cooks for Aaron Jones and Allen Robinson. He the NFL insider. Maybe he knows something I don't. But shout out to him, man. Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? Who you got at 9, JD?
I just said it, nigga.
Taylor.
No, nigga, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, my fault. So I'm gonna skip my 9 because I got Taylor, and like I said, we talked a lot about him. But I'm gonna go to 10, and like Wood said in the comments, this dude could easily be before Jonathan Taylor. I'm gonna go with Austin Eckler.
Piggy,
here.
What's up, bruh?
Piggy, you got it, doggy. Man? I'm going to go with Austin Eckler, man. A big reason why I'm going to go with Austin Eckler is that coordinator that's over there now.
The coach,
man. Hey, straight from the Saints. The same one that had Kamara flourishing. You know what I'm saying? Eckler going to be used a lot now. One thing that we talked about last year on the podcast is when you brought in, with the success of Herbert is constantly looking downfield because he's that raw of a quarterback. He's not looking for the dump downs that Phillip Rivers used to do all the time. So automatically people think, Eckler's not going to flourish. But when you bring that coordinator in, Lombardi was with Kamara, line him out wide all the time. Then with the lack of depth, they got the rookie Roundtree that's battling for the second spot behind with Kelly, which I think Roundtree is going to get it. That's one of my sleepers that I'll give y'all later. You know what I'm saying? But just the fact that Eckler missed 6 games and he still was doing his thing. The games he did play, 18 points, 31, got hurt, came back, 23, 10, 22, 11, 15, 17. You give me 15 to 20 fantasy points a game from your running back that you're probably getting in the second and third. And shout out to Wood. When we do our ALB draft, I'm pretty sure Eckler's not going to slip to the third because Wood is high on him. But if you could get Eckler slipping the way he is, somebody going to get a steal in these redraft leagues.
That's who my 10 is too as well, And if he give you anything towards that 2019 season, 557 rushing yards, which was only 33rd in the league. But the boy had 108 targets. He converted that into 92 receptions for 993 yards, which is almost a 1,500-yard season. A 1,500-yard season with I didn't even write down how many tutties he had that year. But bruh, 1,500 you combine yards with probably 10 plus TDs he had that year that he popped off. That's a given for him, 100%. Whether it's Phillip Rivers in the offense or if it's a young Justin Herbert, 100%. I'm rocking with that.
He had 8 reception TDs and 3 rushing TDs, and
That's
when he was a number 4,
100%, dog.
Running back,
108 targets, which converted into 92 receptions. Come on, man. You run me that all day, bruh. 100%. And you know that boy, he was doing them one-arm pull-ups and all types of shit on the way to get back into the lineup last year. Well, that's what fucked him. He got hurt last year. But if you go look at the games that he had with Herbert, you know, the few that it was, the boy was on pace to ball him back out again in the 2020, aka COVID season. 100%, doggy. Yeah, give me that. And then you got to go look at the investments that they made in the line. You know, they go get the boy from Green Bay. You know what I mean? Made him the highest paid center. Then you go draft, I think it was Rashawn Slater with like a top 15 pick. You know what I mean? They solidified, they invested into their O-line, invested into their second-year quarterback. You know what I mean? And you can't forget that they don't got no other weapons on the field because they do. You know, Keenan Allen, with the footwork that he got, Mike Williams over there as well. You know what I mean? And then you got to think, too, though, Hunter Henry leave, his targets vacated to go around for the whole offense. You know what I mean? And I don't even know who they tight end is now. So we're going to make him obsolete, and we're going to give, you know, some of that target share to Keenan, to Mike, and throw some to fucking Austin Eckler easily, bruh. 100%.
Especially if they lining him out in a wide receiver like Lombardi like to do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's PPR gold.
Yeah, he's another one, man. They got that status, man, of being able to do a little bit of everything on that field, man, and he does it real well.
And then with them investing in that offensive line, bro, don't let him crack 700 yards and 900 yards receiving. You know what I mean? What is that? That's 1,600. You know what I mean? Bro, he's a baby, poor man's C-Mac. Which, like the back before that, we were just talking about Antonio Gibson. Antonio Gibson is the same type of running, and that might be the new prototypical running back right now. You know what I mean? Even though my top 1 through 5 was all nothing but pure runners, bro. Boys that could take the rock and you can give them 20 carries, not 20 touches. You know what I mean? 20 carries. That was my 1 through 5. But when you see a C-Mac, when you see an Antonio Gibson, when you see an Austin Eckler, you know what I mean? And the list is finna go so on and so on. That might be the new prototypical wave right now, bro. 100%. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, so we both got him at 10. Who you got at 10, Workz?
I got Mixon at 10, man. I know that offensive line is a little shaky, but I mean, that boy been running with a shaky offensive line. Now, the fact that they got another weapon for outside now, that changes the whole game when you got another wide receiver that can stretch the field. So Mixon having those loaded up 8-man boxes, that's out. That's out. But it's really all going to be contingent on, you know, if the young boys stay healthy at QB, man. You know, if you stay healthy at QB, I think the Bengals going to shock a lot of teams, and it's going to start with that run game. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna give Mixon my 10, man, you know, because he can do a little bit of everything as well for you, you know, and he does it real well. So, and, you know, I don't really see him being nicked either. So, you know, I mean, he's going to give you a guaranteed 25 carries or 25 touches, I'm going to say, you know, when it comes to really being able to line up out there, man, and get the job done, man. So give me Mixon at 10. Mixon.
All right. I ain't mad at that based on last year, you know, they number 1 overall pick. I think he went top 5. I forgot where he went, but he was a boy from up around here. I want to say, I forgot what high school he went to, but he was an Alabama product. Huh?
One of the O-line. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, on my mama. But he's back, though. He's back this year. They went and signed. They brought somebody else in to play the right tackle. I want to say it's Riley Reef. I want to say they brought Riley Reef in to go on the opposite of damn, I can't even think of the boy.
Line definitely got better.
No, definitely now. But if they would have went and got the boy from Oregon, and really solidified it, you know what I mean, it'd be a different story. Mixon would have cracked my top 10 easily, just based on Mixon can play. He can line up outside and run receiver routes. Shout out to the doggy Reach, Shalupa by Boopy. You know what I mean? I do tap in with him on his motherfucking show on the network, you know what I mean, on the mothership, that really brings a whole bunch of real content for motherfuckers like us before we was doing this shit to tap in and really get some of that knowledge. 100%. He's high on dude, and dude from up out of where he from, you know what I mean? So he done seen this boy play and get down, man, and he say that the boy is real. 100%. And if you telling me he can run receiver routes and that's what the shit he was doing all in Oklahoma, 100%. The boy just got to stay healthy. But yet, you know, their team has been boo-boo for the last few years. You know what I mean? It was fucked up that Joe Mixon cut his season short. You know what I mean? But the Bengals is ready to go, bro. 100%. Yeah, Jonah. There it is there. Shout out to my dog Piggy. 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to say this about Mixon, right?
Jonah Williams.
I mess with Mixon. I've been a fan of him. You got to think the path he took, right? He knocked the girl out, right? So that hurt his draft stock. He was supposed to be a top running back that year. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a second chance, let him play. You know, his second year in the league, he was a number 10 PPR back, then a number 13 on shitty teams. You know what I'm saying? I do think, that maybe they could have went O-line. But, man, having somebody like Jamar Chase, adding the T. Higgins, adding the boy in the slot, like, they can't do nothing. Like you said, Workz. That 8-man in the box, that's over. Like, you can't do that with this team. With Joe Burrow looking as good as he did, like, no. Wood said, how many times has he burnt you? I've had Joe Mixon twice, but the year I had him when he was the number 10 back, he did very good for me. I had him last year. He ended up getting hurt. I ended up trading him. Right before he kind of got hurt, he let me down, but I was a year early. This can be the year that he for sure get in that top 10, I think, with what they got going on over there. But, you know, like you said, the best ability is availability. He played 6 games last year. You know, if I was a betting man, I'm going to say he's going to be healthy this year. We're going to see. I don't see too much behind him over there. You know what I'm saying? They got the Samaje Perine. You know, he could fill in. But that's another thing, too. I think Perine, obviously, he's not cracking anybody's top anything, but players like Joe Mixon, make sure you get their handcuff if it's a good enough handcuff. And that's one of those because their running back is going to eat over there. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had some good games at the end of the season last year. He popped off for like a 30-point game last year. And I want to say it was in week 16 during the championship. 100%.
And like Piggy said, no more Gio. You know what I'm saying? They got the young rookie.
Third down roll.
They got the young rookie. Maybe they'll think he'll be the pass catching back. But you know, I definitely got Mixon in there, man. I like that one for sure. Well, look, check this out, y'all. We finna end this broadcast, but we're gonna pop right back up with our top wide receivers 1 through 5, and then we're gonna upload the beginning of this episode so y'all be able to check out the full amount. If you're on live, man, come check us out. We're going to be right back in about 5-10 minutes, man. Heart2Start podcast. We out.